There were quite a few new game reveals for PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5, so I want to go over a few of them, and I want to start things off with a game that's not even confirmed for the PS4 or PS5 yet, but I'm sure it'll be coming to the PS4 or PS5. Right now, just announced for platforms to be announced, Gundam Evolution, a free-to-play team-based first-person shooter set in the Gundam world. Now, there is a trailer out for the game. I am not completely sold on it, but I used to be a gigantic fan of Gundam. I've watched a ton of the Gundam series. I watched Gundam 00, Gundam Seed, even Gundam Wing was one of the first television shows I ever watched as a kid, but yeah, so obviously Gundam has a near and dear place in my heart, but Gundam Evolution is a first-person shooter where players can experience speedy and immersive team battles while piloting the mobile suits from the popular Gundam anime series. Players can fight using mobile suits, which each have their own unique abilities, and fight while switching between them as the situation calls for it. The game features intuitive controls via the unique boost system and allows players to enjoy 6v6 online battles across several different rules and maps. The game will be a free-to-play title, and it will enjoy a closed beta test in Japan, so that's a Japan-only beta test, but the game is scheduled for a release in multiple regions in 2022. I've always talked about how we need more quality mecha games, how we need more quality Gundam games as well, because Gundam is an IP that I know a lot of people are big fans of, but it just hasn't had a lot of great games. I mean, Dynasty Warriors Gundam was okay. I had fun with Dynasty Warriors Gundam, but something like this, Gundam Evolution, even though I think some of the gameplay that we're seeing with the trailer does look a bit janky, hopefully with its full release it will iron the issues out and become a compelling multiplayer title. I mean, it's going to be a free-to-play game, so it might be something worthwhile to check out. Again, the PC closed beta test in Japan is scheduled for August 8th to August 9th, and then a full release is planned for sometime in 2022. Next up, we have Away the Survival series, which will be coming to PlayStation 5 alongside its previously confirmed PlayStation 4 release. It'll also be coming to Xbox and PC. The game has you play as a tiny sugar glider in your own nature documentary. Glide among the trees, fight dangerous predators, and explore beautiful environments as you embark on a high-flying journey to save your family. So this does seem to be more of an exploration-based game. It seems relatively relaxing at times, but at the same time it does seem like that there's gonna be some heavier moments to the game, so keep that in mind. But the game itself has pretty cool visuals, and if you're into nature, I think it's a game that you're gonna get into quite a bit. Hopefully they can flesh out a quality world in here as well. And it notes fight or flight, hunt small prey, fight larger enemies, and use stealth and agility to sneak past apex predators unnoticed. Play as other animals as well, so that's pretty cool as well. And Breaking Walls, the studio behind the game, is an independent game studio founded by industry veterans in Montreal with decades of experience working on major AAA titles such as Assassin's Creed, Prince of Persia, and Far Cry. This game has been in development for the last 5 years, so pretty cool as far as that's concerned. Hopefully they do deliver something compelling and unique here with Away the Survival series. Currently scheduled for a release in 2021. It'll be interesting to see if it does hit that release window, given the fact that, you know, we're getting later into the year, so we do have to figure out the release dates. But a game like this, it's not one of the marquee releases, so I'm not too worried about, you know, it not having a release date yet. I still think there's a very good chance it'll be coming in 2021. Alright, next up we have Weird West, and that'll be coming to PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, a dark fantasy reimagining of the Wild West. So I love the Wild West setting. Obviously, this is taking the Wild West setting a little bit differently. This is coming from Wolf Eye Studios and being published by Devolver Digital. Obviously, Devolver putting out some cool stuff these days. Survive and unveil the mysteries of the Weird West through the intertwined destinies of its unusual heroes in an immersive sim from the co-creators of Dishonored and Prey. So when you bring me games like Dishonored and Prey and you have that gets me pretty excited. Discover a dark fantasy reimagining of the Wild West where lawmen and gunslingers share the frontier with fantastical creatures, journey through the origin stories of a group of atypical heroes written into legend by the decisions you make in an unforgiving land. Each journey is unique and tailored to the actions taken, a series of high-stakes stories where everything counts and the world reacts to the choices you make. Form a posse or venture forth alone into an otherworldly confines of the Weird West and make each legend your own. So this is a single-player RPG. Pretty cool art style here as well. And I think it's a game that a lot of people are going to get into, especially with the setting and what they're going for, and Wolf Eye Studios seems to be doing something pretty cool here. I remember seeing this a while back, but a PlayStation 4 version was not announced, but now we got confirmation of that, so that's pretty exciting as well. The game is scheduled for release sometime in 2021. Again, be a little bit skeptical with release windows at this stage of the game, but hopefully it does hit that 2021 window. Next up, we have the interactive story game Wayward Strand, and that is coming to PlayStation 5 and PlayStation 4. Formerly announced for PC and Mac, the game is scheduled for a release in 2022. Wayward Strand is noted to be a heartfelt, interactive story told in a unique and curious way. Play as Casey, an intrepid teenage journalist, as she visits an airborne hospital for the first time, uncover the airship's mysteries, and explore the lives of its inhabitants. So very, very cool art style here as well, and expect a lot of drama in this game, and this is definitely going to be a narrative-driven title, so if you're expecting a lot of gameplay and action-oriented gameplay, that's not going to be here, but do expect a dramatic and emotional title with a lot of dialogue, and if you want to get immersed into a story, it's absolutely going to offer that. There is a demo available on PC if you do want to check that out right now, but always nice to see more story-driven games, especially this one taking a pretty unique take on it. So this is out sometime in 2022, so still a ways away, but again, you can check out the demo over on Steam. And lastly, we have the zombie survival roguelite game The Last Stand Aftermath. That's coming to PlayStation 5, Xbox Series, PS4, and Xbox One on top of the PC version that was already announced. The Last Stand Aftermath is a brand new title from the developer of the wildly popular The Last Stand series of web video games set during a cataclysmic zombie apocalypse. In The Last Stand Aftermath, players take control of one of a number of survivors locked down following a deadly catastrophe. However, each survivor has been infected and must leave their compound to make most of their final days. They must gather supplies for those who will be leaving behind and hunt for the truth behind the zombie virus before they ultimately succumb to the infection. With the fall of each survivor, players will take control of another who will benefit from the progress made by their predecessors. The Last Stand Aftermath looks to pose the question, how much can you give before you are gone forever? So this is coming to a plethora of platforms, again, PlayStation 5, Xbox Series, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One on top of the PC release that will be coming as well. The game will also be seeing a physical edition on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series, and PlayStation 4, so that's pretty nice as well. If you're into zombie titles, we see a lot of them these days. Hopefully this one can stand out, and The Last Stand was a pretty notable release, so hopefully Aftermath offers something compelling as well. And that's gonna wrap up this one. Again, a lot of new titles announced recently. These ones are a little bit more low-key, but I always like to cover these games, especially with a game like Gundam Evolution. Being a big fan of Gundam, while I don't think the game looks incredible based on the trailer that I saw, you know, Gundam, I've been talking about it in previous videos. I want to see more Gundam games, I want to see more mech games, and hey, we're getting it here, so that's pretty cool. And some other pretty cool titles as well. Away, the Survival series looks pretty cool. Weird West is definitely a game I think people are going to get captivated by, and Wayward Strand is definitely a game I see a lot of people enjoying based on the fact that, you know, story-driven games are kind of in these days. But that's going to wrap up this one. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comments section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.